Okay, so our glazed cake is in the fridge with the glaze setting becoming a little bit harder, and while that's happening, I'm going to make the whipped cream that we're going to use to decorate the outside. So I keep the metal bowl and the whisk beaters in the freezer getting cold because it's going to help my cream to whip up faster. That is a cold bowl. And my beaters are nice and cold. So because this is a cake where you're just decorating, I don't really measure out how much heavy cream I use. I just take my container, I'm probably gonna pour about half of it in. About half. And I'm gonna put my beaters down and I'm gonna start to whip it. Now I will tell you, I do have sugar nearby. I am gonna add a splash of vanilla once I get started, but I'm gonna usually start by beating first. I'm just gonna add a little splash of vanilla. And I can already see it thickening, so I'm just gonna take a little bit of sugar and sprinkle some in. And I'm gonna put it up as high as I can. And that's all you do. You're just watching it. Periodically, I'll stop it. When you lift your beaters, if it's dripping the way it is now, it is not ready. You want, when you lift those beaters, for it to leave a peak in the whipped cream. So as I'm looking down, I'm starting to see a design. So I'm gonna lift up again. You can see it's a little bit thicker. It's not dripping, but it's definitely not really holding its shape down below. So. Again, it's holding here. You can see it's a little bit different. If I take the bowl out and I show you the inside, you can see a design there, but it's not really holding a peak in the mixture below. So I'm gonna put it back on and keep on beating. And just like that, you now have a difference. You can see that peak holding a little bit. Do it a little bit more because this is being used for decoration. I don't want to do too much because I don't want to make butter. Now I will say, usually what I would have already done is I would have tasted it to make sure that I had enough vanilla and I had enough sugar in it. Probably could use a little bit more sweetener. I should have added a little bit more sugar earlier. I'm gonna do it now just because I want it to be a little bit sweeter. I don't want it to be over sweet because this cake is very dense and sweet. And that should be good. Let's do one more test. Take a fresh spoon. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna push this off to the side for a moment. I'm gonna take the cake out just so you can see the difference in what it looks like now. So it's a little bit more solidified on top. Probably perfect to be able to get that wax paper off, and I wanna show you how to do that so that you don't ruin your look. So, these pieces need to be pulled out at an angle. so that you don't rip the icing off or the glaze off. A little bit cleaner that way. I'm just gently pulling near, going all the way around. I'm not too worried about everything at the bottom because I do tend to put some whipped cream around the base. Whipped cream is always good to cover up any boo-boos that I might want to hide. So now it looks like we laid it on here rather than we iced it right on this platter. And if you're in my family, you're now going to be licking all of this off. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to start decorating. I'm just going to put the whipped cream into a piping bag and pipe and design. I'll show you what the finished product looks like in a bit.